Showdown in Dallas, setting the stage, Arlington, Texas, the heart of football country where legends are made and dreams are shattered. At Stadium. The atmosphere crackled with anticipation. Fans from all over had gathered, their excitement palpable in the air. The Baltimore Ravens, hungry for their first win, were in town to face the Dallas Cowboys. Each player focused, each step purposeful, as they prepared for the battle ahead. The Cowboys, led by Prescott, were looking to build on their recent success. Their eyes set on victory, their spirits high, ready to defend their home turf. Adding to the excitement, seven-time Super Bowl champ Tom Brady was in the booth, providing his expert analysis for the game. His presence added a layer of prestige and insight, making the event even more special. The pre-game buzz was electric. Fans buzzed with anticipation. Tailgaters fired up their grills, painted faces and team gear everywhere, creating a sea of colors and sounds. The energy was palpable, fueled by the storyline surrounding both teams. Every cheer, every chant, added to the crescendo of excitement. The Cowboys, always a fan favorite, were eager to prove themselves. Their fans, waving flags and cheering, were ready to support them every step of the way. The Ravens, with Lamar Jackson at the helm, were ready to unleash their offensive firepower. Jackson's agility and speed were set to be a game-changer. This wasn't just another Sunday game. This was a spectacle, a high-stakes contest where every play mattered. This was a clash of titans, each team, each player ready to give their all, to fight for every yard. Two teams, each with their own aspirations, were ready to leave it all on the field. The tension was thick, the stakes high. The stage was set for an epic showdown. Under the bright lights, the field was a battleground, ready for the Warriors to take their place. And as the kickoff approached, one thing was certain. This was going to be a game to remember. The anticipation reached its peak, and the world watched, ready for the drama to unfold. The Ravens wasted no time asserting their dominance. From the opening drive, it was clear they meant business. Lamar Jackson, with his signature agility and precision, picked apart the Cowboys' defense. He connected with his receivers, finding open men with ease. Derrick Henry, the Ravens' powerhouse running back, pounded the line of scrimmage. He was like a runaway train, unstoppable and relentless. The Cowboys struggled to contain him, their defense on their heels. Touchdown after touchdown, the Ravens piled on the points. Their offense was a well-oiled machine, firing on all cylinders. The Cowboys, on the other hand, looked out of sync. Their usually potent offense sputtered, unable to find a rhythm. By halftime, the Ravens had built a commanding lead. The Cowboys, facing an uphill battle, knew they needed a spark in the second half. Lamar Jackson was a man on a mission. He moved with an electrifying grace, his athleticism on full display. He was a magician with the football, his passes finding their targets with pinpoint accuracy. One play in particular highlighted Jackson's brilliance. Facing third and long, he evaded the Cowboys' relentless pass rush. He scrambled to his left, buying time for his receivers to get open. Just as the pressure closed in, he unleashed a laser-like throw to Mark Andrews for a crucial first down. "That's just vintage Lamar Jackson," Brady remarked from the booth. "His ability to extend plays and make something out of nothing is what makes him so dangerous." Jackson's performance was a masterclass in quarterback play. He commanded the offense with poise and confidence, his leadership evident in every snap. Derrick Henry, a true workhorse, carried the Ravens' rushing attack on his shoulders. He was a physical specimen, a punishing runner who refused to be tackled by the first defender. Henry's power was on full display in the second quarter. Taking the handoff, he burst through a gaping hole created by the Ravens' offensive line. He shrugged off a would-be tackler, his legs churning like pistons. He dragged another defender for several yards before finally being brought down. "Derrick Henry is a man amongst boys out there," I said, watching in awe. "He's a one-man wrecking crew." Henry's dominance on the ground wore down the Cowboys' defense. He softened them up, paving the way for Jackson and the passing game to exploit the tired defenders. Section 5, Cowboys fight back, Prescott leads the charge. The Cowboys, despite trailing by a significant margin, refused to go down without a fight. Prescott, their leader and quarterback, rallied his troops. He knew they needed to dig deep and find a way back into the game. Prescott started connecting with his receivers, finding CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup for big gains. He showed his trademark toughness, standing tall in the pocket and delivering strikes even under pressure. The Cowboys' offense, dormant for much of the game, finally started to show signs of life. The Cowboys chipped away at the Ravens' lead, scoring a touchdown late in the third quarter. The momentum seemed to be shifting. The crowd, sensing a comeback, roared back to life. Section 6. Brady's Analysis. Insights from the GOAT. Tom Brady, watching from the booth, provided his unique perspective on the Cowboys' comeback attempt. His keen eye for detail and deep understanding of the game were evident as he dissected each play. He spoke about the importance of staying composed under pressure, drawing from his own wealth of experience in high-stakes games. Brady emphasized that maintaining a calm demeanor is crucial, especially when the stakes are high and the clock is ticking. When you're facing a deficit, Brady explained, you can't try to get it all back at once. Instead, you need to break down the game into manageable parts. You have to focus on one play at a time, one drive at a time. This methodical approach helps in maintaining focus and executing each play with precision. You have to chip away and build momentum. Small victories add up, and before you know it, you're back in the game. Brady also praised Dak Prescott's resilience, highlighting his ability to bounce back from adversity. He noted that Prescott's mental toughness is a key asset for the Cowboys. "Dak's a competitor," Brady said. "His determination and grit are evident in every play. He's got that never-say-die attitude that you need in a quarterback. This relentless spirit is what drives a team forward, even in the face of challenges. He'll keep fighting until the final whistle." This kind of perseverance is what separates good players from great ones. Brady's insights, delivered with his characteristic calmness and clarity, added another layer of depth to the broadcast. His ability to break down complex strategies into understandable terms made the analysis accessible to all viewers. Section 7. Ravens Defense, Bending but Not Breaking. The Ravens' defense, despite facing a furious comeback attempt by the Cowboys, stood firm when it mattered most. They bent but didn't break, limiting the Cowboys to field goals instead of touchdowns. The Ravens' defensive line, led by Calais Campbell and Justin Matabuik, generated pressure on Prescott, disrupting his timing and forcing him into hurried throws. Their secondary, anchored by Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, locked down the Cowboys' receivers, making it difficult for Prescott to find open targets. The Ravens' defense, while not perfect, did enough to preserve their lead. They made the crucial stops when it counted, preventing the Cowboys from completing their comeback. Section 8. A duel of strategies, adjustments, and adaptations. The game was a chess match between two brilliant coaching staffs. The Ravens' John Harbaugh and the Cowboys' Mike McCarthy traded punches and counterpunches, making adjustments and adapting to each other's game plan. The Ravens, known for their offensive creativity, utilized a variety of formations and personnel groupings to keep the Cowboys' defense off balance. They ran the ball effectively with Henry, but also used Jackson's mobility to create passing lanes. The Cowboys, trailing for most of the game, had to abandon their usual run-first approach. They relied heavily on Prescott's arm, spreading the field and trying to exploit mismatches in the Ravens' secondary. Section 9. The final whistle. Ravens secure the win. As the clock ticked down, the tension in the stadium was palpable. Fans held their breath, eyes glued to the field, knowing that every second counted. The Cowboys, driving for a potential game-tying score, faced 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. The pressure was immense, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. Prescott, under heavy pressure, threw a fade route to the corner of the end zone. The crowd watched in anticipation, hearts pounding as the ball sailed through the air. The ball sailed just out of reach of the receiver's outstretched hands. It was a moment of sheer agony for Cowboys fans and a sigh of relief for the Ravens. The Ravens' sideline erupted in celebration. Players hugged, coaches high-fived, and the joy was palpable. They had held on for a hard-fought victory, their first of the season. This win was a testament to their resilience and determination. The Cowboys, despite their valiant effort, were left to rue their missed opportunities. They had fought bravely but fell just short. The final score, Ravens 28, Cowboys 25. A close game that could have gone either way. It was a game that had it all: big plays, dramatic moments, and a nail-biting finish. Fans on both sides experienced a roller coaster of emotions. But in the end, it was the Ravens who emerged victorious, proving their mettle against a tough opponent. Their perseverance and teamwork shone through, making this win even more special. Section 10. Post-game reactions, praise, and analysis. The post-game analysis focused on the Ravens' impressive performance and the Cowboys' near comeback. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry received high praise for their dominant displays. Lamar Jackson is a special talent, one commentator remarked. He's a threat to score every time he touches the ball. Derrick Henry is a beast, another commentator added. He's a nightmare for opposing defenses. The Cowboys, despite the loss, were commended for their fighting spirit. Prescott, in particular, earned plaudits for his leadership and determination. Section 11. Looking ahead, implications for both teams. The Ravens' victory, their first of the season, was a much-needed boost of confidence. It showed that they were capable of winning tough, close games. The Cowboys, on the other hand, were left to regroup after a disappointing loss. They would need to address their slow start and find a way to close out games. As both teams looked ahead to the rest of the season, one thing was certain: the Ravens versus Cowboys game would be remembered as an instant classic.